If I hadn't taken the time to understand my personality, I would from the outside look in and go, this is a really anxious perfectionist woman when she travels, and it's a bad idea that she's a nomad. But actually, the way that I function as a traveler is exactly in line with my personality. It's exactly in line with the traits that I was born to use. This is why I love being a self-awareness coach, because it started from me just not trying to defend myself the whole time. I'm going to cut straight to the chase. Like trying to defend myself the whole time from years and years ago. And then wanting to deeply understand who am I and why do I function the way that I do. So I am taking you through the next 6 days of me getting ready to travel, understanding what I do as the self-awareness coach and sharing it with you. So we all have traits, and those traits define us, and they come from our perfect time of birth. It is our birthright to honor our traits. And unfortunately, most of us do not know what our authentic traits are. I am grateful that I do. For me, travel is very emotional, and preparing for travel is very emotional. It comes from a triggering in childhood where I was left by my dad by mistake somewhere. So there's a part of me that absolutely loves to travel, and then this conflicting inner child that's going, you're going to get lost in the world. And I've worked on it for so long. So travel's very emotional for me. I'm so grateful that I know that, and then I've unpacked it. And in the space of my emotion, the traits that govern my emotion, we are beautiful archetypical beings. And the archetype, we all have 12. And I would love to help you figure out which one governs your emotion. But I have one. The one that governs mine is the analyst. And the analyst really must be organized and structured and focused on the detail. So because of that, today, my focus has been to create my to-do list. That's what I've done. And I want to share with you how pedantic I am in my to-do list, because I often get told, Joe, you are anxious, you are a perfectionist, you've taken it too far. But for me, if I don't do this, I'm not calm. And because I've done it, I'm so calm and I'm excited about traveling. So I have created a WhatsApp list for myself. So I got hold of my baby sister. I was like, I'm going to add you to a WhatsApp group, then I'm going to take you out of the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is called Calm and Organized. It's just me with me in it. There is a picture of Taylor Swift, because I spend my life saying, what would Taylor do? And I also understand her birth chart, by the way. I have done her personality profile because I want to know, what would Alison do? What would Alison Swift do? And she would do it very differently, because she doesn't have the analyst like I do, but I do. And then I create polls in WhatsApp. I'm sure you know you can create polls, and I create polls of every single thing that I need to do. And I add to it as I go along. By the end of the day, I'm telling you that there's not one thing that I won't have thought of that goes into the list. And then as I tick it off, I mark the poll. So I made my pedicure appointment today for the day that I fly. I uploaded the Turkish Airlines app, and I set all the dates. I worked out the time. I know what time I need to get into the Uber and go to the airport on the day that I fly. I have a shopping list for the things that I still need to buy. I have a packing list for everything that I need to pack. And if I don't do it exactly like this, and so early, I will be packed. So I'm going to take you through the next 6 days. I'm going to be packed, maybe 90% packed by Saturday or Sunday, with just tiny little things to do. Monday, I won't have anything to do. I've booked my last client Monday evening. I see my last client Monday evening, the Sunday. I don't take clients at all on the day that I fly or the day that I land, even though I'm landing early. And then I've taken my next client on the 11th, and I have a workshop the day after. So as soon as I am out of travel zone, I'm I'm completely back on track, and I actually put the archetypes of emotion down, and I move into other archetypes, which I'm going to share with you along the way now that we're on the journey. But I can trigger into terrible anxiety, and the thing that holds me out of anxiety is to be extremely organized. You can hear it from the archetypical word of the analyst, right? To be so analytical and so structured. And the greatest gift that I have given myself is to be able to share this with you and not sound like I'm crazy. And I know that there's some of you who are going to say, oh, I can relate to that. And you will very likely somewhere in your personality blueprint also have a really strong analyst to need to be so organized. No one can help me pack. No one must mess with my system. No one must tell me how to do. No one must tell me when to leave for the airport, how to get to the airport. It needs to be on my terms in order for me to feel like I am calm, in control, organized. Otherwise, I make mistakes. The analyst, if the analyst is not focused, what's going to happen to the analyst? The analyst is going to make mistakes. I have thought that I'm flying in the morning when I'm actually flying in the evening. I have traveled without stuff. I cannot afford to do that. So that's why I do what I do. That's day one. My list, which is called Calm and Organized, is done. That's all I have to do today, and I'm going to start ticking a few things off, and I'll see you tomorrow to tell you what day 2 is like for me. Oh, one last thing. I would love for you to share with me if you understand and how you understand yourself when emotion gets involved. Do you know what you do and how you manage your emotion? Do you have any idea? I'd love to know.